Ebrason so TV Adom TV Premtobre Kasee some no doson. Near to do mo be ya wo betini. Veterinary Services Directorate no de to Ghana fo nyina nim ye kɔ ne ye kwa akɔtɔ nam na ntwi na ponche nam a ya ye musa won certificate na ye hwɛ de ekro ye de honsam no ebebramo na fe yakɔ Institute of Economic Affairs nso de ne mekeka kro no de wo mo esusu se Ghana ye constitution 1992 constitution no e wo se yesa ehwemu ebiem Meka say yehwe ni mo sa finance minister Fotosani bekomra hye fiem na nsemfo ahodo dubi wo ho a wo mo pese wo mo busa no eno ne nsem bi na wiai be de bro Adom TV Premtobre Kasee so wo Facebook a share live wo Facebook/Adom TV and a Go TV channel no 119 and a DSTV channel 280 midin e de afia amankwa tamaklo godenu ene mpotamo ni nyina ewo hohoi enne de atadwe won atedenne fi se wo mra hwebedwani ene wo mensin demokrati pani ayembia hodo a sebi se wo yem eka wo a wo betumi akwakoja won 90 se de hwepete wo kro no mu de wo matwam Adom TV Kasee etoso Adom Kasee amane boni odihye ba osudwob ni omanfo a wo mo ewo be godenu ene nkura hodo ewo hohoi etwetwe nkomo ene odi tu justice obi ekwa abonte akwa koja ne nan enye pampan efiri mo ba no nko ene ha adwe na emom ede yarewa ahodo nso eba mframa mu a emu akra wo kyerese se janan bia yi a wo mra hye bedwani ene assembly akabo mu ayama wo mu ebetimi aboa pa ama yare na enam ahonini nsam so ede ba no eto betimi etwa
I would advise that, but it comes with challenges. Because I remember the last time the municipal people were here, like the first people that are not having to do something like that. And what it brought was, see, some households are nearer to each other. And the position they will show somebody to do his own is nearer to somebody else's kitchen. Or somebody else, something that wouldn't want the toilet to. So it brought challenges.
We're having this latrine problem. At first, we are having some pit latrine over here, which has me and I saw both to the residents and the children around here. Sometimes when your little child is going to the toilet, you will be afraid that he or she might fall inside the pit. So seeing this plight, we mobilize ourselves with the community leaders and opinion leaders, and we've been to the MP. So when we told him about our plight, before you know it, they've started building this edifice. Other people even thought this is a house. But when they open it for you, you'll be surprised. World-class standard, that I will not lie to you. We have not seen such things in Hohoi before. And we are very grateful to Honorable John Peter Mo for making this happen to us.
And wechi and a mensini krachi wo hohoi Daniel Nobo awume editu jase na ho akohia se osie jana bia hodo e wo mensini no emo manfo sebe ya wo mo e komontene so koja won nan e wo manchia hodo no etu ebitwa oni Adom Kasee amane boni odihye ba ohusudwob etwetwe sankomoyi
sanitation policy and program for the municipality. I dab it clean your operation, clean your frontage and your backyard.
See na obi social Adom TV ye de mo concern for mo penny kwanche for the National Health Insurance Scheme no an authority na no ye Dr. Bernard Okoboy ene wa pawo apomdin si achibai miensa ho ntoma ewa afomantam mu ene Stephen North Mensimo ewo Kenya se na ne nyina ye amane boni Samia sorry ede amane bobi ba ye se yesi NHIS atena ye ni bi nanso ye gya no kwaye no mu ewie gusunsu oguso chese basa na company fo akoma ne wormakwa akosiesi Adom TV Kasee etwasoi Ojaba wo boy ya nanan mahemfo NHIS adwumayefo apomde adwumayefo ene kabie wonfo nyina ebetwa hyiemu ewo Kenya se ya na odi ABA National Health Insurance Scheme aso ye miensa ewo ahafomantem mu ena Dr. Okoboy editu jase enye no kreda se National Health Insurance no sika wo so otua apomden aso ya wodo wo mu entua okire mu se wo ka ma Ghana foate se National Health Insurance Scheme busumi bia wotua Ghana cedi opepe oha ene aduon 150 million edema apomden aso ya ewo oman Ghana mu senti aso ye no ebo ne homodin se be ya apomden si achiben ebetimi agina ne nan so
hospitals bebre obi so mo say denti no mudiska omo se wa fini ko boy my sky ni ska bia every month yet just come all hospitals in Ghana every single month for the past 2 years because hospitals depend on him say omo say ka scanning no okase onye ska obi anim onim And she say the policy be about a friend sunshine policy. And say every month you have about 150 million Ghana cedis to facilities across Ghana. Just Ghana, Ghana doctors, Ghana Medical Association. Yedima Omomudin Droma hospitals, pharmaceutical companies.
And which I have for Mantemuswa for George Boache, editor, National Health Insurance Scheme, Edumai and him say, won't see a mountain, one young chere a more man for ye, he has what do on etos up of the CHB so, or carry to us say, and some would be a tie scheme no echino. I must say, Nipadona and Yini, sent it Edumai for no ancasa, a quiet chere a more man for a bit me abua.
That's right, Penifua, a year, a Juma, or Hano. Yes, no more. And now, Miss information, I make out 170. Omoba, Omotrapa, and Luti, and authority. Dr. Okubo, and penny for Amamo, Fidia, with the Bayajuma. Monante, now more have insurance and all. They will. Salabaya will be able to say, in some of Foka, have insurance and all. Yes, sir, in a tier.
Nanu si yepe ena benkum hino wa hafu Kenya ase number 2 na menta pia hene ya wono ene tena epunti ewo dwumadi no ase ede sansemi etudwa
first no na niema bi firi nkna ba yo minim niema na wokwa mu a na niema no isanka wokwa mu eche bo na se dua bi se die yo na die ade na kakwa me ndura ene de nyame ada wo ma yo yeso ebeye region no.
Veterinary Services Directorate Edia Futu Kokobo Magana for Bia Wuko Dom now wokɔ ma yanka ho akɔtɔ na ntwina na ponche na mo aye ni di mbusa ne se ne certificate wey okɔ ebi mo fa so nkunkum mo ano ton me awie ne di be wie akiri yare nko a emu nto aso Adom TV kase edeba sebeye na omanfo ebenya enuane pa adie na abɔ wapomuden ho ban enti Veterinary Services Directorate FDA ene asoya ehye enuane ani kwayansam so the World Food Safety Celebration jumedie ahihye so ewo ayehu bosome no emu jumedie ba ko a wo ma akwan emomanfo ebebusa nsem na wo mo so ekere wadwen ewo food standards and regulations eho na Adom Kasee ekopi ase bi na jumedie na se na ye ne technologies ya wo Meat Inspectorate Division ewo Veterinary Services Directorate etwetwe enkomo efutu a wode ma Ghana fo ene se uni awokɔ edwaso na awokɔ akɔtɔ enam a na nkwase ni bia Veterinary Services Directorate enim no owo ne slaughter permit ne sentie wo se timi bisa sebe ya behu se enam a woto no eho tie
enforcement no ejna yanyina yenso se wo awokoto nam no se na ya man cheche wo ene program no wo kona wo se bucha ton ni nam o se obisan se nam ni efihi o se otumiche se nam mi difi ha na se na meka no so se ye pass nam se ye ton marketer ye di stamp siso enwechi
Adom Kasee ebusa ne se antras yade ya aba emoamu ewo etifido epoye mantemu ede na wonmo eya fa ho na wode tudwa se womo ede fasins ama womo a eka na ntwie so eye mmoa ewo sa mantemu ne mu ya mantem bia nso wode bi akomu a womo ede sa fasins ewo mmoa yi ehwe se yarewa wodo ebetimi efiri womu
enye se spread ko bebia normally se yenya outbreaks a ye din share to wa ye be containing outbreak no into so far no ya containing outbreak no upper east ewo no ehwa na ewo and spreading call bebia nentwi ewo hoso no ye wo vaccines veterinary service produce vaccines into so far no nentwi ewo bebia yenya outbreak ni nyina no ya vaccinate omo to protect the animals there from getting it and spreading it.
No Krakra and a Faustina Topraya, we are Director of Food Safety and Consumer Education, our Food and Drugs Authority, any Adom Kasee, etche and common, which said the Waya Boa, and it said, one more third Diana Ewo Monteno, or Kosha baby, away Diana, and baby, our dear Diana, ABC at home, Sabaya, wait me, ama womo permits, my registration, ama womo, and son Adriana, Wayano, wait me at the Ababonte, Ababeton, in Chimwa, would to Adom Kasee, and him any.
Na registration, so ya de wufa. Process mu a ye be ensure say eduane no safe ye inspection wo be bia wo ye juice no ni ahwe say hote, and that is what we say, that's what you are complying with good manufacturing practices. Na ye hu say bibia da ho kama ni a license facility ni say wo betumi aye juice ama amanfo atowano. Not only that, after that no registration process no one is that after that no wo be ye test
Now, what Sansem we Monsono Butchers Association of Ghana, Nkabeya Veterinary Services Directorate, NAFD, Amambrano, was a year Jumapa na slaughterhouse beer, woman in Krate Nimremono, because ye were munina different what on Sabeya, a dimpa, Nibuo, a baba Jumana, or Yeno.
Emiami awodo pi ene wo omaiga na mu a oni tumi krata se wo ye na nkwase efie na nsesei wo mo ekum nam kra echen na nkwase awodo a ewo aban mu a wo mo tumi krata na nka nhyehyeye wo no mu a ebetimi ede aboa na sa na nkwase dan a wo mo ni tumi krata ne nyina eto etwa Veterinary Services Directorate ete task force wa na wo mo ehye na nkwase bia awodo ewo omaiga na mu na miami awodo a ebetimi ede yade aba no ototo ne nyina mu na nso ani gina na sa task force yi edwumadie eba na wiye Adom Kasee ne twetwe for ya Woda Butchers Association of Ghana ano Prince Esifo etwetwem komo ene wodi tu dwase sekeye na nka aban side task force no ababie mu a anka illegal slaughterhouses ewo oman Ghana mu nyina no obetibia yi ni nyina afri ho no sebe ye omanfo benya enam a eho tie awe
nti wom na sese mu bisa won so mu ko market na de ma om demand nkan yes for mu task force se yenko bebi a yekuma enye authority yenko hwe inspection ye be 2 weeks ye jaye be 1 year ni yenye ho biom se nkrombo san ko wachi akoyesa ne amana biom nanka ye continue ye kon regular won be jai dimi wo ha mukọ mummo nko ashama na muhwe bebi eku nantwe no yetumi kum nantwe be 2000 wo me ton choba keepers mo bisa nam na wo ton wo choba no emfene ku sam nam ho na ye hwe sam nam no wenya ne bia ye srem mu ndorofo no mumbo madi mboaye
enwachi odito Ghana fo nyina nim se woni awo kwakoto enam ewo edwaso a ewo se wutimi ebusa na nkwase ni se ni ID card ewo hefa odi kire wi a no hunu se enam a woto no ehote ya wodi a ebeye yi
ene ye sremu pressman amaba ha mo bisami mu kop market bia mu bisa nyankwase fo no se wo ID card chairman ana chibucha ana nyankwase na woto nam no wo ID card hin enfa na nam efi ukunu of slaughterhouse ben mu yesa na se mu bua Ghana fo enye bucha sase mu bua yenkwa because ye kuyen kakra ye di na ma enye yempe nti we na edi nkra ama Veterinary Service Authority wo na edi power na ma se wo mu enforce wo ni FDA so mo ntimi enforce sa laws na ye ntimi ko ebiara
Premtobre Kasee na uguso eshawa Adom TV no na inflation May 2023 mu de no ekosro 42.2% o de etoto April de no ho bra na 41.2% no na wo mo esusu esede ema no ekosro no Ghana Statistical Service mpanufo enuane ebo no famu de ekọ 48.7 April busome no emu no na 51.8% ena made ya no so say ene koye de nam so ama akosoro no Adom TV Kasee etwaso
Social protection 53.4% and food and non-alcoholic beverages 51.8%. All four divisions recorded rate of inflation higher than the national rate of inflation. On a month-on-month basis, keeping in mind that the national month-on-month rate of inflation was 4.8 for the month of May 2023, we again identified 5 divisions that recorded rates of inflation higher than the national average. This was led by personal care, social protection, and miscellaneous items that recorded the highest divisional month-on-month inflation of 7.0%. We turn away from the levels of inflation and from the 13 divisions point of view, identify the divisions that are contributing the most to the rate of inflation that was recorded for the month of May 2023. Across the 13 divisions, top 3 items, namely food and non-alcoholic beverages, housing, water, electricity and gas, and transport, almost contributed 3/4 to the overall inflation, with food and non-alcoholic beverages contributing more than 50% to the rate of inflation that was recorded in May 2023. Specifically, food and non-alcoholic beverages contributed 52.4%, 4% to the overall inflation recorded in the month of May 2023. This was distantly followed by housing, water, electricity and gas that contributed 13.1% and closely followed by transport contributing 9.2% to the overall inflation that was recorded in the month of May 2023. The division that contributed the lowest to inflation in May 2023 was insurance and financial services that contributed 0.1 to the overall inflation for May 2023. We turn to the food inflation, given its dominance in terms of its contribution to the overall inflation. It will be recalled that food inflation contributes, the weight of food inflation is 43.7% to the overall rate of inflation. So we look at the trends in the levels of rate of inflation and the share of food inflation to the overall inflation. Since January 2022, it peaked in January 2023 with a rate of inflation of 61.0%. This is more than 3 times the rate of food inflation which was recorded in January 2022. In January 2022, food inflation stood at 13.7%, and the peak was 61.0% for January 2023. Since January 2023 to April 2023, we saw a continuous slowdown in food inflation, decreasing through 59.1%, 50.0% to 48.7%, which was recorded for April 2023. The decline in food inflation was reversed in May 2023 with an upward increase up to 51.8% for food inflation for May 2023. In terms of the contribution, the share of food inflation to overall inflation, we have recorded the highest contribution in the last 17 months, that is from January 2022 to May 2023. In January 2022, the contribution of food inflation to overall inflation was 43.4%. It increased up to half in terms of its share to 50.5% in May, stayed around that until April 2023, which we again recorded 50.9%, but we see its contribution in May 2023 inching up by 2.0 percentage points from 50.9 in May 2023 to 52.9 in May 2023, leading to it being the highest contribution of food inflation in the last 17 months.
Premtobre Kasee miyankomra shebeje film na photoseni Ken Oforiata ba shebeje for train no se wo beba ne nsemfo abedubi obeba be yi wormo ano ebi eye free SHS no free say ye hyasie car wormo bana sika ewremo na fei car wormo edit snit Adom TV Kasee etwaso
Ebrei ena etwemu a nanka wo hwe animu kwan se soafo show men sikasem so Ken Oforiata ebekwa mrahebedwamu akoyi ensembisa dubi ano na yesanse wontumi nkoye nti no sansem ya bribia wonom etu hyeda ensem a wo hwe animu kwan se obebisa no no eka aban ede ene eniama bia wodi sika ye no eka ho bi afei sansem bisa dui no emu wotwe ene a efiri NDC amanyokuo no emrahebedwafo honom a panyina wodadom kumana no Haruna Idrisu eka ho bi ena afei mienu aka no so ewo MPP amanyuko mra hyebedwafo no edinimu
ma menkomra shebeje film na Joy News Parliamentary Affairs aye Kwaku Asante owa homa no so ye ne ni nkomo ehwe ne Kwaku ti enka ya mwakwaba
ebi amejuso
ora Oforiata waba enzambisa na ekoso na no ye ne tesei
sisi aye ka say the finance minister Ken Oforiata in the do mra shebedwam ye na so share 10 questions here at chair of parliament records 2 years pa the kai be ebosumi be nsan be ebosumi 9 ekusikra last year ana finance minister Ken Oforiata ye hwe ni say oba be yi nsemi ya no nanso every be ebedu so oba be yi ya no na mo de krata about bia IMF negotiation ana finance minister edin komo about oman huti edunti on to me and my parliament and me ya no nti ene and parliament register finance minister ba be yi san semiano but emra shebedwum for start here man finance minister mai and the question no yeah answer yeah the parliament are called what they call the closed session that say yes central for your war parliament ni members of the public am baha na share the economy the year parliament and kwa tna kokwem and share the friend of get fund allocation formula get fund share education spending and one sentence so almost consider saying on becho musika ɛde akɔ schools ni yɛn yɛ hwɛ sisi a na yɛhwɛ nim sɛ sɛ ɔmo wie ɛno a mmarahyɛbadwamfoɔ bɛkɔ back to the questions a finance minister ɛsɛ ɔbɛ answer no questions ni yɛ du sɛnea ɔkan no 8 ɛwɔ minority MPs for the mu na mmienu wɔ NPP MPs for mu na deɛ di mu akɔtene paa yɛ honorable Haruna Idris wɔ question a ɔbisa finance minister sɛ straight social security and national insurance trust asa aban di ɔmo ka kɛseɛ paa na aban tete ɛyɛ controller workers ne ɔmo keka ho ɔte ɔmo slate contributions a ɔnta fankɔ nti Haruna Idris bɛ sɛ ɔhwɛ how much a government owes slate na ɔhwɛ sɛ saa kayi a aban ɛde slate yi ɛma slate etimi tia pensions amanfoɔ ɛkɔ retirement slate etimi tia ɔmo car. Another question also is very key on the agenda here. Dr. Clement Apart question Obisa said, free SHS are buying start say 2017. And here pan are buying as penny or so. The contention is finance minister in the media budget review of 2 years ago, Emma a certain amount. Education minister also by parliament at the different figure. Into a shame say a buying the exact amount are almost spending on free SHS number. Mmarahyɛbadwam for nhwɛm ɛyɛ NDP MP bibiani anwiaso MP ɛyɛ afɛnɔbɛn boatin so ebisa finance minister sɛ banks a collapse na nsɛn no ɔmo directors a ɔmo yɛ nhwɛhan ma banks no collapse a banks yi gu yɛ no den paa na aban de yɛ ɔmo prosecution ɛkɔ sɛn wei ne nsɛmmisɛ bi a yɛhwɛ the finance minister so nipa den ko ade a obetimi ababe ansana onyi we efi parliament record so
na kwaku anya bia wate de nti a wo maaye se abodu mienu na tame no baba
eno na ye de so to for ma hwese be ye nti a finance minister emma na normally the finance minister baba parliament ba ri sam bia na wabadi da na isi ano ye nya entie bia nya confirmation bia from either the majority side and now from the finance ministry say ebia na say ni say nti na o maaye ana so betimi aba na on timi mba but on timi ma do do na no mo de craft aba speaker ho on the kind of floor into a chance so mo wie they get fund allocation formula on term of floor that it me go back inside that then we can get some information say finance minister obetimi aba na on timi ma na ye ka se ti ade o medu mmarahyɛbadwam
ani yenhwe na so obeba na ye tie dio obeka ye da se Koku Asante no otonkra wo mmarahyɛbadwafiem at the bray. My Yantoa Premtobre Kasee no so na yanko ayensam foforo emu na Institute of Economic Affairs and so the one what to move say Ghana yamamre kuni 1992 constitution no also yes abo composer hwehwemu ebiem na yenhunu ne ebesi onyina so Adom TV Kasee edeba
enimdefo bi ewo oman Ghana nsɛmtwerɛ adwuma ekuo no emu ene wɔn mu a enimde ewo mmara ho ehunu sɛ enema ba komienu bi enkoyie ewo omayama mmara afi apema hankoro ne aduonu mienu emu ne senti ama aban bi ba tumi a wɔde ema no ɛdɔɔso dodo a kebame kabia mamu no enkoso yie ewo mayimu ɔkyerɛ sɛ deɛ enipa dodo a ɛwɔ aban mu ɛdɔɔso ɛne tumi a wɔde ema mampanyini no ɛdɔɔso nti saa ne ema nyina ɛma ɔman kabame kabia mamu ɛnkɔtɔɔte sɛ deɛ no wɔhwɛ kwan no editor ya wɔda Daily Insight newspaper ano Kwesi Pratt Jr. no wɔka animdifo akukudam a ɛbɛkyerɛ wɔn adwen ɛwɔ Institute of Economic Affairs sɛme na wɔyɛyɛ ɛwɔ ɔman amamra ɛho nkyeremu a wɔde ɛto dwa ɛnie
often calls for review and amendment of the constitution are insincere attempts at deflection from official misconduct. There is more than enough by way of prescriptions, procedure, and standards of conduct in our constitution for leaders of goodwill and public spiritedness to operate it effectively for the benefit of the people. Mr. Chair, the main reason why we have continual constitutional crisis lies not so much in poor drafting, but in the subservience of a political class to special interests.
And which communication consultant Kweku Sechiado enso ekyere se ohun sese oman ye betimi asakra ye mra mu a agye se omanfo ankasa esakra wadwe ede won ho ehyem bi na nyempanifo nko a ene betimi aye.
Imagine a president with a cabinet dominated by opposition MPs as ministers of state. We can amend the provision from one that establishes a floor below which the president cannot fall, which is the status quo, to one that sets a ceiling above which the president cannot climb.
Oni nyina mu no Ghana ban ekire se ewo mu se wagitum se amamra no ewo se otimi esakra mu kakra de nanso ewo se wonya nyina so papa bi a ebetimi ama wo mu ede san sakraye no aba.
De du so no ya Adom trotro na ye wo adepa ewo Labadi taxi station Prince Osu ewo taxi station ene ye World Donor Day, Blood Donor Day. Anyenye bia obed wa donate blood da. One unkofo egu amumu kwa na say yes o donate. Ni entie de Prince ene Ghana fo edi nkodo mo kan de afa ho.
Chado enne oti se me pai dia na che se Adom trotro ye de aba be pie mu e wo Labadi eye taxi station wo ma o mo lodu e de ko Chado enne ye World Blood Donor Day ewiase ni na atu enne e de esi ho ye bi se o manfo se Ghana bebi e de ye moja ekoto ana ye de ko sie no eye blood bank no wo mo de abetu dwa se moja no e wo fom ye bi se o manfo adwenkyere se die na mo feel se ebetimi ama Ghana ye moja ye de akogu blood bank no ebetimi akofom
de ntia ebe ma na akofom ne se eyem se ye mpenifo no bebre wo ho na e bia moja no moton e we chire because me keep fit me join keep fit club and moreover no ye course programs na ye twi moja me yire ko wo kura na nsen kura na although me ko twima hospitals na mo me card me twima 37 me ya me ko twi 37 mo me card say card we bibi tumi a e bia sebi me ndi me mfa ko hospital poda me yire ko wo na nsen ya kura no medical card nche mo so me wo mo say o for emergency me sa donate no one enti me nim de nti a sa nyama ne nya etumi ya donation ba ba ko so mo ko reach hospital omuntan just 5 minutes omun shopping for dodo omo ba ho e di pressure ma omu husband so omu betwi moja the dent na ye betimi atena ma we aka say moja short me nti say the reason why it me banisa nti ye mpeni for no mo ye di omu di blood ni say no mo hwe ho ye because to me ensa sa because ye nyina ye wo ye twi moja ne go o say in case of emergency bi ba ye okwa no mutumi mbu aye
nenti a mema moja na akofem se bia na obi suro se wiase ya ehye bia na akade e de be ma wo no ukotwe moja nto wi akade e de be ma wo no bia na entumi take a long time entumi recover enti bebre na entumi mfa wo ho hyem mi ze mi dia mi ntwe bi da mi suro se bia me kotwe a ye nya hwe me just one day na bia na another day na be ma me fet enti mi so mi entumi nya kwanse bia me kwakotwe bi enti na metumi short na yarefo nso e dose bebre obi wo wa oni de be 2 bottles ana 3 bottles nti e ba ne sa pa betuma ashot wo
se okwa a omo be check wa hwese ya de a obetumi atwe untimi a ye ma ontwe nti wo ade na on test nko do try
oh de ma dwin de na misuro nti na ma ntimi nya kwa nko
yihu ni film what I say wo watwe moja da
o ma twi moja bebre enye sesi ya ma twi moja bebre ma twi bi ye former hospital Akufo-Addo abubu no ewo polyclinic Labadi de no oho de matwin bebre ansa na 37 obi kwa ka chem se ebia ni yire kwa anyim na mo chekim na moja okay me se mo twi me da wo na matwa ma nipa no nti moja de matwi bebre ne se so bi anim odwin nipa na oyema na onsu se me ya de wi ama no nti no moja ndi matwi bebre why
emfaso amunya wo moja twe ho no mo ye okay ukotwe moja unya mfaso mo ye okay wo
se me twi moja me nya mfaso ana me twi moja ndi mfaso be na me nya mfaso bi a
enu nti na nkotwe no
enu nti na me nkotwe sa at least cry bi ana me twi moja na bi ana beji kakra ana se ya ema me de me ho be hyem na matuma akotwe na bia na okotwe na bia na ana my medical aka no bia na moja na
oni mfaso bi ho
Oh, me so first name himself maybe I will area. Now about hospital now we are watch or to moja on met me there amount. Maybe I will get our card say watch moja. But since me started to moja no, me Jan home baby in can say my young fast be say because me in hospital and I omu mama skakudo be say the uchu moja this no yen jiska.
Alright, na just man for adventure and no trotro no ayema e wo chado taxi station me and me di mate e wo kan me passengers and wa omo ya driver for but na dem mu di passengers wo me kam se trotro ye ma mate ne ejisu say away
na Kasee no guso ehwe no na editor in chief Federal Daily Satellite the Bokrata no ano ye Kenneth Kwabna Ejei Kranche ene watebri kanema mpeni John Dramani Mahama na kwegina court say was a praise mampeni 2024 no on tiasie emunche mu Adom TV Kasee edeba
editor wada Daily Satellite ano Ken Ejei Kranche atwen o mampeni dada John Dramani Mahama kogina sem DBS science ochire mu a oni hu kwan se wogina epre mampeni dibre e wa fimpinu ani edunu nan abato animu ensem a wode kodan court no ti a watwa mu ane se article 66 section 1 ewo 1992 constitution ni mu no akire emfie dodo a obi ebetumi edi aye mampanyini ewo man mu enno ene nsem bi e ka ho ene wode akodan court ne se wonom enhwehwe mu se so mampanyin dada ewo ho akwanya se ogina mamanfo to no so ababiom e ma ne san be mampanyini ewo man mu ana
na sansem we no me ni nchemu enfree eye private legal practitioner ora Kwame Adofo ho na omo ayen council awia wote enka ya mo ha mo akwa abado ba Adom TV Premtobre Kasee so
yenia
yo ora Ken Kranche open chiremu etrese whatever kanema mpeni John Dramani Mahama na kwegina court se ontumi se nyina emiento ne so aba open chiremu ewo de ya mamra no ka efa mampani emfie dodo a wo se udie se na mra no eka edefa ho
media ba menchia na menchia wa chief no wa hefo nyina na mencha si the president constitutional under article 66 and the president wants him and article 68 time we really presidency and as we dia kunyane we are yenyama no etuhema over the interaction between 66 and 68 that the omusia omudi ehusie eno na ka wasu. Now, Article 66 now, I can say a person shall hold office for a term of 4 years as president, beginning from the date you best swearing. In this Udina near to Abamawa, you swear here 4 years. I don't know you describe it as a term. Now, all this we pay constitution now say we not say yes. You are also a former president. I want to say certificate. So we are 4 years the pet. We are former president. And it's only a former president straight away Article 68 now kicking in. There will be a former president and never in your mouth. Article 68 say the amount gratuity addition to pension equivalent to your salary and other allowances and facilities parliament prescribed amount. Now, Article 68 you say, yes, amount do. Now, the money interestingly say, you're going to say what baby 110 is what be a former president. What a former president, you know. About all these benefits and entitlements as a former president. You know, yes, but you, if it's an Article 66, no, you no say, not more than 2 terms. And you will term by Quaka, our officer be there. Question we say, what pension now, and said the amount under Article 68, no? What happens to that pension? Does it mean, say, pension, no, you do have a stop? That pension no. Not what we win election no. Sata woni pension ni biom. Not also ask another time we are. Pension that now you got to so and I say best a new pension. Now, another difficulty they say, why they that to me says or stop pension? Because constitution says it can never be varied for as long as you are alive. Not a over as a president. Why the water to me say obeti na stop pension? Now, you have to say, former president Kufuor anya zuhu. You have to former president Kufuor free so 2018. What can I abontia the pension for about 12 years? And you say, no, okay, 2024 or some baby one. Does it mean say the pension now was in the year of stop? Constitution by my acquire me stop on the pension. And my question, why then stop that pension?
And you're right, Kwame Adofo de yemfa Kanema Mpani Muhammad ye case study ya wakotena no was baby mti no answer no say mra say
answer me say constitution in kan accept the Supreme Court saying that yenye identity because they know we are entitled to certain benefits as former president. The constitution now say we cannot change it to his disadvantage forever. And they say, oh, baby, that pension, anything, gratuity, any other benefits, facilities, you know, the man on office, free cars, they don't ever stop one.
Yo, Ora Kwame Adofo, and come away party, I just say, that's nasi. Now I'm running Kasee, you know, didn't come on. Me and for see her. You best about chain beam, yada se papa. A private legal practitioner, Ora Kwame Adofo, and Emma Yenchemu, Ra Kenneth, a J. Crunchy. Then some more dear copy more court. Kanema Penny John Dramani Mahama, so say baby more prema penny de piano. The Munchi Muni.
Baba. I'm so young and some cost so I could deal and some of the dorsal. There's a fata salt in Achiniku, they brought Premtobre Kasee and Uko best I say the fee. Real Madrid, yes, the biggest club in the world. You know what time it is. Yes, Madrid for catching up. Make corner Makohedi Koso back to back. And today, Ebra say team no ye jam no be akọ national team na catch there ya. Jack Grealish akọ English national team camp. Chairman bedu ye wa bro mani wa wa no wa bruching ubia. Just a picture be bia na nsatwa na no. Picture be bia just say pe wo la so bia nyina ni nya de obey. Ne chairman jaja. Etu Jack ni mutu so nae po onae. Ni nua no we mu nyina ono mu na o Man City wa hwemanim ono nko ahwenanim. What's up, bro? One bro, one cassa. Jack, eh? Hey, and to pena Sufia, to my hono. And you say, oh, hey, boy, I'm waiting. I don't know. Hey, tell me, Takino, Niam Famana, Kijuan Cassani, Eric Kasee Dubuedi.
Ya mwakwa baby ya demo concern for Mona NDC Krabata wa from Mantomo se ene kwan ya mpanifo bi efa so na womo chire nipa binom ne ade nyame anum ni enya de se womo bojo so na ban we ye te so no de mrana hyansem na wo ye ne ba bi a ense emfata koba ne san so so na nipa fa ahudie no womo etietia so amamra no ene etietia so Adom Kasee eto so
Siada aye homo bosomede etoso enan wa fempinu ne aduonu miensam emrantie bi ekopando ya na ehyen ya wotemu no owura Peter Amawu emfonyini ene bobo ho ene MPP ahyensode ebobo ho ekokotae agokansie bi a ekoso ewo honum echi ekowiase mentebe ho ase ebaaye a wode sekan wo abrantie a wo frene Buhari Mohammed a wo ye gate fee collector esanso ede akodie pi ekireye ewo adwumadie no ase posi adwumayeko no ekire wo mo ede wo mo kopando post station ekire ene muti se wayi wo mu de wo mu kɔ hohoi post station enkrata NDC amanyoko e wo framantemu edi aba wo kyerɛ sɛ enipa mienu a ye Kofi Goswe ene Salombuta adodo na frɛ ne Dangote sesei wonenam honom kwa wo bia nya wo mu hwe e wo hohoi wabra kotu edi asɛm na wo mu ahu ba bi asɛm no ekokosiye nanso wo ma wo mu tua Ghana cedi ahanu ne aduonu 250 ene Ghana cedi ahasa wo kyerɛ sɛ no wonim sɛ asɛm no bɛkɔ ne sei ya senti ena odi kan bo post adwumayeko no amane sɛ wo mra emekire mrantie sɛ bɛya NPP amanyoko no emfa wo ho emehye saa asɛmi mu okire mu a sɛ wayi Salombuta ene Kofi Goswe ɛho wɔn sɛmi sɛ pii ya sesei wo pe ho anu yi de dikan ene se edi enti ena owura Peter Mawu ekaya ne mfonyi bubo ho ebetimi afri hohoi ede akopando ya number plate bia emo ho fenso edi enti ena ehyen yi wogyae ma ne koye wabra na akodie ewo mu no ogidi ye se woni ho tumi krata na se nipa mienu yi ena sa akodie eye wo mode a edi ahyensodie ena na wo ho ene nkrata ben ena da sa akodie no eho wo kiremu a atemu pa ene pepepe ye ewo emra no anim ena emakabma menka bia mamo etimi egira ne nan so esenti eye wonom ya se NPP amanyoko ne mpanimfo bi edi wondibre esisi enipa hodo ewo omayi emu esenti NDC amanyoko ewo framantamu kire se posi adwuma eko no enya hwehwemu a efata emfa eho nkratasem emeto wonum enim sankrata yi Sokpa Agbleze NDC voter regional communications officer ena nensa ehase
Mayenko obi man so ye ko Senegal man no mo na United Nation penifo ehunu se so wamafo mo na si form na womo ankokro ma mayi anto ye beje ensemu fi se ne epiepie ba na wormo bonyo so demonstrators bi ewi akire bambofo esane akudie famu ne ade a enya ne kwan paso Adom Kasee etoso
United Nations na edu amane bobe tu dwabnada no na homo ekire se the human rights honsen semsi feko eba Senegal man ni mo no se omo de omani ba bedi ekire pa na se de won ma impedodo na no ye kire wo man ni mo no eya na bambofo ku bi tutututuo ede boro wo mo no ene so papa ya de bia wo mepe honsem aka ne senti wodin krama ne Senegal mpanyimfo nyina se wo momodin ase nsensem ya wo ka ho asem yi wo mbe ye mo hwehwemu na se wo mo wi a bamboni bia no ho ebebon mo bia wonfa no famra kwan so
Mami nyina no so na Adom TV Premtobre Kasee wie na hana bema kwan na media siase dane ya odia so je brehwe ye production team ya da wase medidi afia amankwa tamaklu fire for fire etwaso